Am I eligible for Social Security benefits as a spouse? Let's break it down on this episode of the Hawaii Retirement Show. All right, welcome everyone. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Hawaii Retirement Show. Today's episode, we're looking at eligibility for Social Security as a spouse. Social Security benefits as a spouse, often called spousal benefits in Social Security. And this episode kind of piggybacks on the one I did previously, Will My Social Security Benefits Be Reduced? And we're going to do one or two more Social Security episodes here. One on divorce benefits, and I think one on, disabled benefits. There's a lot there with Social Security, a lot we could talk about. Social Security can get really complicated, and for some it's pretty straightforward. So let's jump in. When we're talking spousal benefits, oftentimes you'll hear spousal or survivor benefits, right? We're talking spousal benefits. There are survivor benefits, and that's talking about if a spouse passes away, you're still entitled to benefits there. And there's some strategies around planning for survivor benefits. But we're focusing on, for this episode, spousal benefits. And like I said, there is also divorced spousal benefits available under certain conditions that we'll touch on in another episode. So spousal benefits are determined from the working spouse's record, right? Their work record. Pretty much this was kind of established back in a time when, it wasn't uncommon to have one spouse who was the breadwinner, went to work, provided for the family, and there was a stay-at-home parent with the kids. And so, this is kind of set up around that idea of, because the one parent stayed home and didn't work, they're still entitled to a benefit because the other spouse was, working their whole career. So it is based off of the spouse's work record, right? Their PIA, as in Social Security talk. And to collect the spousal benefit on your spouse's record, you need to be at least age 62, right? That's with all Social Security, 62. But there are some exceptions. And the exception is if you're under 62, you can claim spousal benefits, kind of pseudo-spousal benefits, because it's not really for you as the spouse. But you can claim benefits for children under the age of 16 or disabled children if they were disabled prior to age 22. If you want to claim your spousal benefit on your spouse's record, you still have to wait until you're age 62 to get that. But your children or disabled children is often an option too. That can happen before you're age 62. So the other part of this is your spouse must have filed for their own benefit. Okay, so we'll get into what this benefit might look like, but if you're entitled to a spousal benefit on your spouse's working record, if they haven't initiated or started their benefit, claiming their own Social Security, you cannot collect off of their record, your spousal benefit. They have to initiate their benefit. Then, subsequently, you can now, look to get that spousal benefit. The other kind of rule around this is you must be married for at least 1 year, or you have a child with that spouse. So I guess if you have a child, they remove the 1 year waiting period. And I guess that's if there's somebody out there who's already claiming their benefits, and somebody gets married, they don't instantly get this spousal benefit. They got to be married for at least a year. Okay, so that's kind of the rules around spousal benefits as far as who could take them and when. Let's get into what that spousal benefit actually is. And again, important that we understand that we're talking spousal, not survivor, because survivor is going to be much different than this. The way the spousal benefit works is you can claim either your full benefit, 100% of your benefit, or you can get 50% of your spouse's benefit. So the spousal benefit only really comes into play if your benefit is less than half of their benefit. And what they use the terminology spousal benefit top off. Because what they do is you don't just abandon your benefit and start collecting half of theirs. You're still collecting your benefit, but they're going to top you off. They're going to fill you up until you reach half of their benefit, the higher spouse's benefit. So that's important to know. And you both have to be claiming, right? If your spouse isn't claiming, you can't get topped off, right? And if you're not claiming your benefit, you can't collect your spouse's benefit, right? That was called what was that called? File and suspend. That went away, but both have to be claiming for this to work. The other thing to consider is this benefit can be reduced in a number of different ways. And again, I touched on earlier, we did an episode on all the ways your Social Security benefits can be reduced. But it's important to know that if the spouse who you're claiming off of their record, if they claim early before the full retirement age, then the spousal benefit will be reduced. Additionally, if the spouse claims their own benefit early, then that's going to drop down their benefit. So the Social Security, let's say the spouse with the higher record works till, collects at full retirement age, 67, let's say. So the half of their benefit is still gonna apply to the spouse, except the spouse reduced their benefit because they claimed early. So they're still going to be down a little bit. They're not going to fill you all the way up to the spouse's half. They're going to fill you up to the spouse's half as if you claimed at full retirement age, right? If you claim your own benefit early, whatever that reduction is still going to be applied to your Social Security benefits, even if you're getting this spousal benefit in addition. Okay, so it's important. Claiming early still affects for both parties. It can reduce the benefit for the higher Social Security spouse. And if you claim early, it can reduce your own benefit if you're the spouse who's going to be claiming spousal benefits. So to maximize this spousal benefit, you'd want to both wait until full retirement age, if your goal is to maximize it, right? There's all different strategies of claiming, and it's all depends on your unique situation, but ideally, if you want to claim the most out of this spousal benefit in particular, then both you and your spouse wait till full retirement age to start collecting. All right, so this is kind of a quick one here, just talking about Social Security spousal benefits. We'll touch on survivor benefits and divorced spouse benefits in a different episode. And as always, if there's anything in particular you'd like me to talk about on the show, email it over to aloha@hawaiiretirementshow.com, and I'll catch everyone on the next one.
The opinions and statements presented on this show are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations. Never make any investment or financial decisions based on information offered on this show without first consulting your financial, legal, or tax advisor. All economic and performance information mentioned on the show is historical in nature and is not indicative of any future results. All indices mentioned on this show are unmanaged and cannot be invested in directly. All information is believed to be from reliable sources. However, we make no representation as to its completeness or accuracy. Lastly, all opinions expressed by Jason Cutitta and any guests on the show are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of or are endorsed by ToBA Financial. For Jason Cutitta, investment advisory services are offered through ToBA Financial LLC, a registered investment advisor offering advisory services in the state of Hawaii and in other jurisdictions where exempt from registration.